Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new podcast. It's been a long time. I haven't recorded any podcast session for my YouTube channel because I was a little bit occupied with some other work. Today, I just thought of sharing a few things through my podcast. You see, yesterday, when I was about to sleep, a thought came into my mind. It was about being more self-reliant person. I have seen many people, whenever a new task or a new situation comes in front of them, many people, instead of analyzing it in a positive way, instead of trying it in a positive way, they directly start complaining about things, and they finally draw automatic conclusion that this cannot be done, this is highly impossible, I don't think so I may be able to do it. Do you think this is easy for me, a lot of challenges are there, blah blah blah, etc. But what if the same thing, instead of thinking into all these issues in a negative aspect, what if we give a positive thought once in a positive way, that I can try my level best, whether it is okay or not, it doesn't matter to me, but I will never accept the defeat. If everybody start thinking that way, no one can stop you from learning, no one can stop you from achieving success. You see, people like Edison, people like Nikola Tesla, they came across a lot of defeats. They got defeated many times. It's not just once or twice, they got defeated many times. Edison never accepted defeat, neither Tesla, nor Einstein, neither Bohr. There are many such examples I can quote, I can name many such people. So they never accepted the defeat. They never lost their hope whenever they get any defeat, when they try to achieve something. They actually take it as a challenge. They actually took it in a positive way and try to lead the same defeat in a positive way, that they finally achieved success. Now everybody are admiring them for their discoveries, for their inventions. Yeah, absolutely. This is not the era, or this is not the age what we are living now. We cannot call this as an age of invention. We cannot invent a new thing. Yeah, we can modify those things, we can make it in a better way of whatever we have already invented. For example, if you have invented a mobile, so just 10 years back, when we look back, the mobiles were too much costlier, and whatever the features which we are getting now in the modern smartphones, those features, even though were not there at that time, but still it was costly. Be it a normal phone itself, it was costly. But now, within a span of 10 years, a lot of dramatic change happened, where now you can even get a smartphone with a lot of features in a very less price, right? So what is actually happening? Whatever has already been invented is being modified in such a way that it reduces the cost and it improves the efficiency. That's what is happening, right? So that should be our main motto. See, we must try to become more self-dependent in our work, or whatever it can be. See, it's self-dependent doesn't mean that we have to do everything on our own. It's not like that. There are few things which you can try to, you should maximize the capability to do things on your own. But most of the things we have to get dependent on somebody else as well. I mean, without anybody's support also we cannot grow, because even for a plant to grow, it cannot grow on its own. It requires a lot of other resources, right? It requires soil, it requires seed, it requires sunlight, it requires water mainly. So without all these extra dependent resources, a plant cannot grow. The same way human beings also, they grow by the support of somebody else, by the support of others. But it doesn't mean that everything you have to be dependent on somebody else. You have to become more self-reliant in such a way that 99.99% you should try to achieve success on your own. You should try to learn on your own. So every day we must learn to introspect ourselves, the mistakes what we are doing, and try to rectify. Every day we must try to learn something new out of it. So learn from mistakes. That's very, very important. There was one fellow scientist, his name is Alan Turing. I don't know how many of you heard about him. Even a biography of Alan Turing came as a movie. His unique thing is, his whole life he contributed for his nation. We knew Charles Babbage as the father of computer, but before Charles Babbage, he is the person, Alan Turing is the person who actually invented a computer in a more logical way, which can perform a highly logical task in a short amount of time. That was a need actually. So invention happens whenever there is a need. So during World War II, it was a very high need or high demand of such computer where we can able to decode the enemy's information and try to safeguard ourselves or try to defeat the enemies earlier. So that was the need. So Alan Turing was such a great mathematician who can able to solve or who can able to decode even the toughest encrypted informations. But still he needs some assistance. He needs to develop a computer which can solve the problem in a very quick succession. So that's what he gathered a team of people, and he successfully invented such a computer where he prevented so many attacks from the enemy countries like Germans and France. So he tried by gathering a group of people. He was also not alone. He also required some people's assistance, and he selected the people who are actually mastered in the field of mathematics. So that is more important. We must know to pick smart people, and we must also know to pick dumb people as well. Sometimes dumb people also, they give a lot of creative ideas which can enhance our work or which can make our work easier, but it doesn't mean that you have to select quite number of wrong people. Or if somebody is quite new to it, we must help them in such a way that they should also become more smart enough, that they can able to become more self-reliant on their own. That should be our motto. That's when the growth happens. So until 99.9% is achieved, we must not accept the defeat. That is very, very important. So we must learn from all these people like Edison, Tesla, Bohr, or whoever you can name them. Everybody became self-reliant when they developed the confidence on their own, when they developed the constructive behavior on their own. Then definitely we can achieve success. So guys, try to give a little thought on it and try to apply it in your life. So till then, take care. See you.